views and opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of Access Fort Wayne, the Allen County Public Library, or any other supporting groups. If you'd like to produce a show, call us at 260-421-1250.
How do I compose myself with this? 30
30
seconds.
seconds.
We're online. Airstream. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you all again for taking your time to stop, look, and listen in our divine appointment here tonight. I am excited. Sandra Lynch here with the one, the only star soul, Rusty Piazza, straight from the heart and soul of Access TV Airstream, the only access station in the entire world. Yep, right here, right now, we're on for the next hour live, so you out there can call us and get a message from the one, the only, Rusty.
And we have a caller.
We do?
Yes.
Oh my, really? We
That's
have a
awesome.
caller? Okay, so but before we take that call, I just want to also acknowledge we are on Facebook Live, so the number is 260-422-3902, and we want to hear from you in this whole hour. You ready, Rusty?
Absolutely.
We took a deep breath together, right?
Yep.
And
All right.
you brought all your angels from God Central Station?
Always.
Okay, so let's take it away,
All
angels.
All right. Who's on the line, please?
My name is Linda. I'm calling from Texas.
Hi, Linda. Can y'all turn it up a little bit so we could hear? How may I help you, Linda?
I'm concerned about the job that I recently lost, and my husband has come to me in a dream, and I was wondering if there's a chance I could get my job back at the VA.
You know, yeah, there is a possibility that you could get your job back, but I don't know if that's necessarily what you need to do. I feel like, honestly, there's something else out there for you. I feel like if you got your job back at the VA, that it would be the same kind of drama that it was before. But I do see you getting a job in something like that, you know, working for the state and everything, but something that would be a little bit easier than you. I mean, if you got your job back and doing that for a little while until you went to something else, I could understand that. But do you really want your job back there? I mean, honestly.
Yes, I do. I worked hard for the position. The attorney that I spoke with said it was a harassment case.
I agree. Yeah, they terminated you for no reason. They did, and so that's why you would be able to get your job back, because they did terminate you for no reason, just because somebody didn't like you and made up stories about you and stuff. So yeah, I can see you doing it, but I don't know if you would necessarily be happy. But they might hire you back and put you somewhere else, which is really what I see. That would be a great thing for you. Now, okay. So there is a woman coming in on the mother's side of the family. I really don't know who she is. She's not very strong, so she's not really showing me a lot other than 11 presents. Do you have a grandmother on your mother's side that's in spirit? Somebody that you didn't know really, really well, but was family?
Yes, her name was Florence.
Okay, I feel like she's stepping in, kind of giving you some strength at this time. So I feel like you might have noticed her presence around, maybe an energy around, or there was I smell a perfume, and there's like a perfume that I'm smelling that I think she uses as recognition. Have you smelled anything like that?
No.
Okay, well, pay attention, because it seems like she is trying to get through to you and giving you strength and stuff like that. Now, I also see a possibility of a relationship coming up for you. I honestly feel like 3 to 4 months is what I'm seeing. And so keep yourself open, keep working on yourself, and the issues and stuff that you have on your own life lessons. You know, we've talked about that before, and continue to do that. And so I think by doing that you will have a loving relationship coming to you in about 3.5, 4 months is what I'm seeing.
What about my ex-husband, Rusty?
What
he came to me, and then that day I was watching a show about the haunting, and it was Father Darren that was doing the exorcism, and I thought that was strange.
I mean, I don't understand. What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
What is?
He came to me in a dream, and we were loving, and then later that day I was watching a show, and it was an exorcism, and the guy's name, the priest doing the exorcism, was Father Darren. Darren was his name.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Your ex is still alive, right?
No, he died almost 13 years ago.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, thank you, because that makes a little more sense. So you feel like he's definitely been communicating with you in your dreams, which they can do, and exorcism. So, I mean, I don't know what the two have to do with each other right now. I don't know, but I feel like, yes, he did communicate with you in your dream just to let you know he was okay. And so, okay. He was just showing you that he was okay on the other side, and that was the only way that he could communicate with you. And so I feel like that's the reason why he came through.
Do you see any financial gain from this new filing against the VA? Is there going to be some money there?
If you file against the VA, no. No.
Because the attorney says that, you know, he thinks there's financial money there because of the unfair firing.
Right, but before they would do that, I see you getting your job back so they wouldn't have to pay you. They would get your job back, and then if they were trying to get rid of you, they would do it the right way this time. But I honestly think your financial gain will be the job back, but not the same thing as you were doing before. It'll be in the same place and everything, but not doing what you were doing before, because you don't want to be in that section anyway. And so if they hire you back, then you could get someplace that you would be more comfortable, and that would be your financial gain. Far as I don't see that if you didn't get your job back and you sued them, that you would really get anything. I think it would be a long, hard fight, and you would end up losing in the end. That's what I feel. But I do see the possibility of getting your job back, but in a different section, and you being happy with that. And that's what you want anyway.
Yes, yes, and it's taken me a while to come to grips with all this, and yeah, because I really racked my brain. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. God bless, and we'll talk to you later.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
It sounds like Linda's following her heart more
Yeah.
than her head.
Yeah, well, see, her head takes over, and
Okay.
and sometimes she reacts before she thinks, and then afterwards she's like, "Oh my goodness, why did I react like this?" And so something that's her life lesson, you know, and something that she's trying to let go of.
Well,
you know?
I really appreciate her calling in and sharing and being vulnerable to sharing her private life so you can give her accurate message, but at the same time, other people who are watching the show are healing because they're learning.
Right.
And you're sharing a message within the message.
Yeah, everybody's a teacher, and everybody is a. Oh, thank you. Everybody is a student. Yes.
Yeah, so we just opened the show, and then the phone rang, and gosh, 10 minutes went by already.
Yeah,
And
I know.
Again, I think I was telling people the number.
We got another call.
Was
Got another one?
we have another call? Oh my goodness!
All
Ready
right.
to say hello.
Hey, hello.
Hello,
Who am I speaking with?
this is Michelle.
Hi, Michelle. Blessings to you. How may I help you today?
Well, I have a trip that I'm going to take to Texas next week, and I was just kind of wondering if maybe there's a message for me.
Okay, I see this trip will go very well. Are you visiting family?
Yes, We're doing a family reunion.
Family reunion. Okay, well, that's beautiful because I honestly see coming up for you at the family reunion that you're going to get reacquainted with people that you've known for a while, and then you're going to meet other family members that you didn't know at all.
Yeah.
You're going to meet two people that I see. There is going to be a woman that you're going to meet that is a family member that you never met before, actually, and you and her are going to get along really good. Great, and y'all will stay in contact after the family reunion. This is going to be a very important relationship for you. It is going to be a blessing. It's somebody that's going to ground you, somebody that's going to give you advice, and somebody that really is going to be there for you. I also see a gentleman, almost like an uncle or a great uncle or something like that, that's going to come in, and there is going to be information that he's going to give you that's actually going to answer something about your family that you didn't know that you were wondering about. So these two will be the catalysts of why you're going and what you need to be there for. I see it's going to go very well. You're going to have a wonderful time and you're going to learn stuff. I mean, not that you're going to learn stuff, but you're going to learn stuff about who you are and what your family's about. Have you been to family reunions before?
One about 25 years ago.
Okay, well, you and them are different people completely because I see this as being a new adventure for you. I also see that, are you flying?
We're going to drive.
Drive, okay, that's good because I see a bird. And it's really interesting. I see you driving on the interstate, and I see a hawk flying with you. You will literally see them flying on the outside of your window, like flying along with your car and everything. That is going to be a message from Spirit showing that everything is going to be all right and that you are watched after by the higher dimensional realms. Okay? Now, I see there is a woman coming in on the father's side of the family. I feel like this is a grandmother on your father's side. Is she in spirit?
Yes.
Okay. Did you know her really well?
No.
Okay, good. Thank you. This is exactly who I'm getting because I felt like you did not know her very well in this lifetime. Now, I don't know if you understand about reincarnation and stuff like that, but we have a soul family that reincarnates with us life after life. This woman, your grandmother, you knew in another life, and there's kind of like the connection that she was almost like a father to you in another life, so she's almost like fatherly to you, but you did not know her very well in this. Understand that that soul connection carries over from life to life, and that she is with you, and she guides you. She guides you a lot. You may
I believe that because I've been doing a lot of DNA and genealogy, and she came to me once and handed me a bag of coins and said that was my birthright, and I needed to know all my side of the family on that side, so I believe that.
Well, see, that's fantastic, and now you're going to the family reunion, which is really going to be a beautiful experience from you. So, see, you just confirmed exactly what I said, you know, that she was telling you that this is your birthright to learn who you are. And I picked up that you really were having a lot of questions about who and what you were, you know, why you were the way you were, how your family acts and reacts and things like that. So I see this being a beautiful experience for you. You really are going to receive a lot. It's going to be life-changing to you in a spiritual way, which is not why you're going, but is completely what you're going to receive.
I'm hoping for it, though.
It's going to happen. I promise you it's going to happen.
All right, great. Thank you, Rusty.
You're welcome. Is there anything else I can help you with?
That's about all I could think of right now, and you have a great, wonderful day.
Thank you. God bless, and have a safe trip.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, I just had an idea. How about if we took somebody off of Facebook who's asking a question?
Okay.
Like this person, and please forgive me in advance if I mispronounce your name, Tanausa Hernandez, ask you, how do you see about me?
What do I see about you? Okay, well, okay, I feel, and I know this is going to be really weird to people, but I feel, and I'm going to talk to Facebook, that you have, I don't know, I don't want to say a multi-dimensional soul or an alien soul to you. And so I feel that connection with the higher multi-dimensional realms with you. And so what I see with you is you're like a star seed here on this earth trying to navigate who you are and figuring out how to interact and act in this human world, which is so different than what your soul is. So you were placed on this planet to be a starseed, to help people in ways that other people may not see or be able to help. And you, being on this planet, you have felt so different than other people that it was hard for you to navigate and understand why humans are the way they are. I know it's a strange thing, and I know, no, you already know this. If you know what I'm talking about, send likes or hearts. If you don't, send thumbs down. It always takes so long.
I agree, he said.
Okay, I agree. So, okay, that is your purpose here on this earth. Now, understand your powers. Learning what your powers and your abilities are is one of the hardest things that you can do, because things will come up, but it's a matter of working with them and mastering them. Give yourself time. Give yourself patience. I mean, that's something you have to learn, is patience. And patience isn't always for other people. Patience is for ourselves. And we are the hardest on ourselves, and you're like that. You're very hard on yourself because you get confused about things and you react to things in not a healthy way in the beginning. But then you catch yourself, and then you're like, and then you approve upon that. And that's beautiful. I also see a gentleman stepping in on the mother's side of the family. Either this is a grandfather, I kind of feel, or no, is your grandfather in spirit? It's hard to do this. Yes, no? Oh. Okay, I feel like it's he hadn't answered, but I feel like it's a grandfather on your mother's side. Know that he's stepping in, just giving you love and light, and
He said yes.
Okay. So yeah, that's why I went on. I already knew it.
Okay.
And so that he giving you love and light, he actually visits you, and you feel his presence in there. Know that it is him. And I see actually a lot of activity around you, angels, and I would like to say the Pleiadians. Honestly, I see the Pleiadian energies with you, so I know that you do work with them in multidimensional ways. And so just continue to work with them. Always protect yourself with the divine bubble of light, because when you open yourself up to spirit and everything, all spirits can come through. So when you protect yourself, you're protecting yourself against demonic entities and lower vibrations, and then the other ones can come through and interact with you. Do you actually speak with spirit? Because I feel like you do speak with spirit, and they acknowledge you and you acknowledge them. What's he put? I feel
deep connection with your being.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, I'm a starseed too, so that would be why. So just keep on working in things that you're working with, and know that you're blessed and everything will be okay. Navigate this life with love, light, peace, and harmony, and that's exactly what you'll receive back. Okay? God bless. Thank you.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
A little different.
It
Spirit
is.
guided me to do that, so I hope you don't mind.
No, I don't mind. It's just hard when I ask them a question, because, you know, sometimes what I'm seeing, I like confirmation to know, because if not, then I'm like second guess myself.
Yeah.
I guess my own ego mind gets in the way, and I second guess myself.
I'm glad you said that.
It's the truth, because
Yeah.
what spirit gives me, and then I'm like, wait a minute, maybe it's not a grandfather and stuff, and that's why it keeps me in the trail of thought to know who I'm connecting with. And when they give me confirmation, then then I can move on and not keep on stabbing around in the dark, you know.
Yeah, and sometimes, please understand those on Facebook,
Namaste.
that the walls are thick in this beautiful facility here at the Access Station, and so the internet may run a little slower, but nothing that we can't work around. And so I'm ready for the next caller. The number is 422, area code 260-422-3902, and I think we have our next caller on the phone.
All right, Kagan, call in.
Hello.
Hello.
Is this Mr. Piazza and Miss Sandra?
Hello.
Yes, who are we speaking to?
This would be Heather McGinnis calling from out of state.
10 hours away?
Heather?
10 hours away, yes, Rusty.
Blessings.
Wow.
How is everything going?
Well, I'm still breathing, and I have avoided playing chicken with the semis on the highway.
Oh, you what? You what?
What did she
What
say?
did she say?
I don't know.
I have avoided playing chicken with the semis on the highway every day.
Oh, okay. So how can I help you today?
Well, I was wondering what you might possibly see for me in the coming months, since you have been so accurate so far in the last year.
Thank you for that. Okay. So, your job, how's that going?
The job itself is okay. It has potential, but I'm being severely used and underpaid.
Okay, well, the reason why I ask this is I actually see an opportunity for you to find a different job. I feel, and I know I told you this before, and it's coming up again, and they're reminding me. I told you that the job was what got you there. I told you you was not going to stay there, that you was going to go somewhere else. Spirit is definitely confirming to me that you will be finding another job, which will be more money and less stress, and you will be appreciated. So keep your options open to that, because I feel like there's going to be two ways you're going to do it. Either you're going to start filling out applications online and just be doing it, you know, in your free time and not really think anything about it, and something to come to you that way, or because of an interview that you go to for a job, you won't get that job, but you will find a connection that will give you the job that you're looking for. So I feel like they will actually, because be impressed by your application and stuff, that you will be able to get a job through an interview process of another job, if that makes sense. So I do see that coming. I don't see it coming right now. I actually see 3 and 4. What is that today? 3 or 4 months is what I see. So you're going to have to just fill out applications and continue to do that, because the right thing will find you that way. Now, I'm not getting into a relationship. I'm not going there.
You can if you'd like.
No, I don't like. No, not today.
Okay.
Okay, so okay, well, doggone it. Okay, well, yes, okay. So I do feel like there is someone you're going to meet. I do. And it's not going to be the one that you're with now, if that makes sense, but I see that this is going to be a good thing for you. It's going to be a good growing lesson for you. I'm not saying it's going to be bad. I actually see that it's going to be good, but it's going to teach you love in a different way than you've been shown love and given love. It's going to almost be like so pure that it's going to make you uncomfortable, because you're going to be waiting for the other shoe to drop and be like, okay, this guy is too good to be true. And it's going to make you vulnerable in a way, because you'll think in your own self that you're kind of being messed with, you know what I'm saying? Because of our own insecurities. Understand, this man is a pure soul. I would call him an innocent. So he really does not have the hardness of us that's been on this planet for so long. You know, after a while, we get defense mechanisms and walls put up just for sheer reasons we've had so much pain in our life. So I actually see that he is going to be an innocent, and he's going to be so pure that it's going to kind of freak you out a little bit, because you're going to be like, okay, this guy is too good to be true. He's actually not, but he's going to teach you more about love than you've ever known in your life. He's going to teach you that pure love that it's like for your son, but it won't be a motherly, it'll be a lover thing, and it will be a beautiful thing. So understand that Spirit is trying to manifest that for you. He's already been picked, they say. He's already been picked. It's just a matter of you meeting him. And because you meet him, you will end up breaking up on the relationship that you're in now. Which
I'm not in a relationship right now.
Okay, which is not healthy, but okay, good. Understand that this is coming in. You still are in a relationship. You may not be in a relationship, but there is still an emotional bond to that relationship, and you know exactly what I mean. So that's going to end up breaking, if you know. And so we could be in relationship with other people and not be with them, but emotionally still be tied to them. And that is what I mean by this relationship that you're in, because you're still very much in that relationship, even though y'all are not together. You're emotionally tied to them. And so that's going to need to be broke, but you're not going to do that until you have someone to replace your conscious thoughts and your heart and stuff like that. So understand, Spirit is working with that. And the thing about the job, I know you're a little miserable and stuff like that, but I told you before, and I've given you a message that I knew that was to get you there and to get you started, and that bigger things and better things are going to come. Exactly what Spirit's telling me. They're giving me the confirmation, and even reminded me of that other message.
Okay.
Is there anything else?
how do I get rid of the albatross around my neck that just will not get out of my pocketbook and off my case?
It's an interesting way of looking at
That's an interesting way of putting it. Cut him off. You know, I mean,
I did, and he's back.
you know, you just have to learn how to navigate that. That's such a poison. It's such a poisonous situation anyway. And so there has to be some way for you to be able to navigate it. And sometimes it don't matter if you hurt their feelings, because if they're using you, they will always use you if you allow it. You know, and if they...
I'm worried about hurting. It's the common denominator that we have.
Yeah, but he uses that against you. See, that's the problem. Love is never used against you. When somebody is using you because they can and because I can't say that. I can't say that. If they're using you, Spirit told me to say something. I'm not saying that, not on the air. If they're using you, they will always be a user. And so at some point, you have to put your foot down and let them take care of themselves. They're grown. He is grown. He's a grown man, and it's not for you to support his butt, you know? And just because you have a child, you're there to support your child. Yes, of course. Anything to do with the child is one thing, but don't let him use you for money to support him. That is not what's meant to be, and he will do it always if you allow that to happen. Okay. And you do, out of love, because of the child. You know, and it's very difficult because you have so much love in you for your child that you want to help him, because you've always helped him. You've always been the strength in the relationship. You have always been the one that has worked and taken care and supported and done everything for him. It's time for him to either stand up or fall down, but it's not your responsibility to raise a grown man. Oh, they keep on wanting me to cuss. I'm sorry.
And how do I explain that to my child?
Your child has to understand, and maybe he'll react in a negative way. Is he with you, or he with him?
He's actually with his grandmother right now.
Then that's taken out of the situation. Then your child has already been taken out of the situation. You need to cut the ties with that, because as long as he thinks he has an opening with you, he is going to use you to death, and you already know that. And you have to do that, and your son's a very smart boy, and he knows what's going on. And if he does that, he will actually have more respect for you, even if he lashes out because of being upset that you didn't treat his dad right and everything. He will understand that you did this because you needed to do this. You know, you have to cut those ties. You have to do it for you, because he keeps on tethering himself to you, and he keeps on draining not only your emotional, physical, mental, but he's draining your pocket, you know, and it's time for him to do for himself. And if he falls on his butt, that's exactly what he needs to do. You know, sometimes we don't know how strong we are until being strong is the only choice we have. And it's time for him to wake up and be strong.
Okay. So I have to, now the next question is, how do I let go of these feelings that I never thought I would have for somebody, but have to let go of all the hopes and dreams that I had for them?
Well, that goes back to what I was talking about, the new relationship that's going to come. Mm-hmm. This person is, you're emotionally tied to this person. And this is
desperately emotionally tied to him.
Yeah.
I cry 24 hours a day.
You know, it is hard, and I understand that it is hard for you, but there's healing you need to do for yourself. Sometimes the people that we love the most, if it's not the right thing for us, it's very difficult for us to release and let go. But then we do it because for ourselves, for our own sanity. And you know, if you are emotionally this person is emotionally taking up your mind space, you will never find happiness, and you will never find this innocent man that is supposed to come to you, because you won't even recognize him if he's standing right in front of you. So you have to release that out of love for yourself. You have to do that for the best interest for yourself. And feelings are a hard thing to deal with because we have feelings for someone or situations and everything, and we don't know how to break those ties that bind us to this other person. You have to do that for yourself, because the only person it's affecting is not him, it's you. It's like you said, you've been crying and emotionally distraught because of this. Understand that none of us want to be alone, but understand that sometimes stepping back into your own emotions and maybe not understanding why you feel the way you do, but trying to release it as much as you can for your own good, it breaks that away where it don't hurt so bad, and you can move on with your life. And I promise you, Heather, I promise you, and you know me and you trust me very well, there is somebody for you. Spirit has told me that they're for you. And so I think the reason what your message is all about is to release that, to release it so you can move forward, to know that there is going to be somebody that is going to be for you as much as you are for them, and not the other way around. You're giving this other gentleman all the love and the energy and the motion and everything, but you're not getting anything back in return but heartache. And that's not what love is.
And what's going to happen to him, though? Because he needs it just as much as I do. But he...
May
Yeah.
What is going to happen to him?
Sweetie, you are a beautiful angel, and it's time for you to spread your wings and fly. Okay? It's time to grow. Reach out and ask Spirit at this time. Reach out to other women. Be the light, okay, in your own life. Turn it inside out and make it happen.
And as for him personally, you know what's going to happen with him. He needs it, but he don't know how to give it. He does not. I feel like he can be a loving person, but there's a selfishness there. And so if you're worried about what's going to happen to him, but he's not giving you what you need, then it's unhealthy. It's unhealthy. And you know, like I said, sometimes them falling on their face is the only way that they really wake up to what they're supposed to do and stuff. And so love is love. And love can be blind, but you have to do this for your own healing and your own self. You know, try to be friends with him and teach him how to love himself, you know, and be there for him in other ways, but not in the way that you're miserable because of this relationship, or non-relationship, but relationship. You're miserable because of this, and that's not healthy. It's not what you need to do, and there is something for you. But you have to work through this before the other will come to you. You have to. You have to do it for your own sanity, and then be like, you know, I can't come to you in the way that I've been coming to you. It can't be the way it is. I will be a friend to you. I will love you always, but this is not healthy for you and me. You don't know how to love. And until you can love yourself, how can you ever love me or anybody else? Understand? Okay. Yeah.
I recognize and agree with everything you say, because that's what I've been struggling with, is accomplishing all of that. Because I recognize it, and I've been given that so much lately. I am terrified of what will happen to him because of the horrifically dark place he's in, and having nobody. And right now he doesn't want anybody. But I know once that passes for him, he will still have nobody, and I'm terrified of the consequences of that for him. Because you're right.
We took a breath together. Yes.
Well, you know, sometimes people in their life lessons, you have to let them fall. You know, no matter how much you love them. You know, sometimes when they're supposed to fall and you're propping them up, they're still going to end up falling no matter what happens. And if you keep on propping them up, all you're doing is postponing the inevitable, you know. And the thing about it is, maybe by him falling, that he is strong enough that he can pick himself up and reevaluate why he is where he is, and be able to heal. And then you being a friend for him, and truly being a friend, then you can help him when he is needing help. I mean, if he's not wanting any help, there's nothing you can do. No matter what you say, he's not going to listen to. He's not going to hear it, you know, until he is in that vulnerable state and is ready to hear what you have to say and to take your words under advisement, you know. And so, baby, you cannot, out of love, continue this the way it is, because it's unhealthy for the both of you, especially for you. If he's in a dark place, you know, that's horrible. It is. But sometimes them being in a dark place, they have to find the light. They have to dig their way out of their own tunnel. You can't do it for them. Because think about it. I mean, honestly, Heather, think about this. Let's say he's in a hole, and you pull him up out of that hole. And then you go away and be like, okay, I've helped you, I've given you the tools, and I've everything like that. He's going to go right back into that same hole and do the same thing over and over again, no matter what you do. He has to learn what he needs to learn to help himself. All you could do is give him the tools for him to do it for himself. That's all you can do.
And I see her calling back at a later time and giving us good news and refreshing information and empowering another, because you went through this and you're not alone. How's that? How's that sound? How's it feel?
Heather,
you okay?
we're going to let you go at this time. God bless, and if you need me, you know how to get in hold of me, okay?
I don't know if we're
I guess
still
she's
on.
off the line.
She's off the
Okay.
line.
All right. Thank you, Heather. I hope we helped.
That was
and
powerful.
get in touch with me if you need me. Hello, everyone on Facebook. God bless. Thank you for calling in or tuning in. And if on the number, call in if you want a live message, and call in at this time.
That was so meaty and powerful. And I want to thank her again for calling and sharing that and allowing you to come through with that, because that's something that on my weekly show, TV Angels Talk, we're going to get into the how-tos, and we're going to bring in the help for other people to work in their process. Right. Because a lot of times when we're stuck, and we're stuck, we don't know which way to go until we can outreach and find, and sometimes the right person or that's having the same experience is right in front of us, and we can share.
Spirit always brings us what we need.
Yeah.
But the problem with people is we feel like we're supposed to save them, you know, and nobody can be saved unless they want to be saved. And if you're trying to save somebody that's not trying to save themselves, then you are wasting your time, your effort, your emotions, and your spirit on this person. Sometimes them falling on their face is what is designed for them to happen.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. We have another call?
We have another call. All
well,
right.
let's take a deep breath before we get this call, because there's a new energy coming in. I feel it. Ready?
All right.
Ready?
It would be weird if Danielle.
No, they're talking about a new energy coming in. Hi, Danielle. How can I help you?
I'm good. How are y'all?
I'm blessed.
Wonderful.
Blessed. So what can I do for you today?
This big decision that I have made, I'm very anxious because the next month is going to be a difficult one. It's a good one, but it'll be difficult. And I'm just concerned with, I will not be seeing income, and I'm for about a month, and I'm very, very nervous and worried about everything about that.
Okay. All right. Well, Mac working?
Not yet.
I feel like a spirit will make sure to make everything happen the way it's supposed to happen for you. I really don't see that you need to worry. I understand that you have bills, and I feel like Mac will be able to pick up the slack at this time because he knows that you will be able to take care of things. He should man up and try to help you at this time anyway. I really feel like Spirit will manifest everything that is needed for you to have.
Okay.
And so I really don't think you need to worry about that. I feel like this new job, the opportunity of this new job is a very positive thing for you, and that you're going to be very happy with it because you're really good with people, and people, when they're making the appointments and everything, and when you come in, you have such a love and light about yourself, and you know how to explain things to people in a simple way that they can understand it. So I see it working out just fine. Don't stress about it. Just say, okay, Mother, Father, God, manifest what I need, and it will be manifested for you. You don't have to worry. I do feel like Mac will get a job in maybe a couple weeks until he gets paid. Y'all won't have a lot of money, but I feel like you have enough money put up back that you'll be able to survive until then, and then he will be able to pick up the slack until you do get paid. And he should.
Okay.
You know, he should. I mean, that's what a relationship is. It's give and take.
Well,
and
he's definitely, like, it's not like he's just, sitting there. He's definitely trying and working on that,
Oh, no, I know that.
but it's just,
that, and it's just a new, like, I'm excited. I'm so excited. I haven't felt so happy and so excited about something new. Because normally change would scare me, but this is actually something that I'm ready for. Like, I am undoubtedly ready and excited and happy about it. I'm just concerned with that right there, and like I said, I can't believe that they chose me. Like, I'm
Why?
thankful, like,
Why? I told you before you went to that interview that they was going to hire you on the spot. That once you talk to them, that they,
You're always right. You're always right, because that's what they did. Like, before, as soon as I walked into that third interview, and I sat down, and he asked me one question, and then he said, "You're going to learn leadership skills," and I said, "I don't have to learn what I already know," and he says, "All right, you're hired."
Well, you were already hired before then. I told you that. I told you that was a formality, and they just wanted to make sure that you were right. You were already hired before you got there, and then when you showed the strength and the love and who you are, they knew that you were a right fit for them. And you are, because you are such a loving person that you know how to speak to people and things like that. And so when you came in, you were already hired. They already found out everything they needed to know about you and understood that your past showed what kind of commitment that you have. And so when you came in, you were, unless you just blew that interview, you were already hired. And I told you that. I told you.
Right, you did. Yeah, you definitely did.
That it was a formality, and it's going to be a good thing. As far as the financial, again, I say to you, don't worry about it. It will work out. It's going to be tight for a month, and you already know that. But you know, you've got enough people that you could always borrow money if you need to and be taken care of. You have enough loving people that are around you that'll be more than glad to help you. And then Mac will be able to help you financially, and he's going to get a job. I see him getting the job in the next week, actually. He will be getting a job in the next week. It may not be what he wants, but it's going to be what he's going to have to do for now.
It is supposed to be this week. He does have interview, second or third interview with them to find out if he gets accepted for it.
He does.
So I'm definitely.
Tell him I said he does. So just go in there knowing that he has it, and have that kind of confidence, not cockiness, that kind of confidence that he is an asset to this company and he will be fine.
Okay. And all right, well, that was my only question.
Okay. Well, good luck,
Sandra,
dear, and congratulations.
Sandra, I will never forget what you said. We got some weird energy coming in. Well, it's me.
No, I didn't say weird.
Different.
New. We have new energy here. I felt it.
Oh, okay. Well, new. Well,
it's Raven. It's Raven energy.
Raven.
Oh, yes, she's been around. She's definitely around.
Yay.
And then my Raven wings.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, thank you so much.
I'm at work.
All right. God bless. I'll talk to you later, Danielle. Love and light.
She is such a love.
All right, bye.
Bye.
She is such a love. Oh my goodness.
Yes, she is. You know, we all have doubts and fears and stuff like that. And you know, and Danielle knows me very well. I mean, she comes to the Fort Wayne Metaphysical Chapel, and I give her messages all the time. And I rather give messages to people that I don't know because it means more for them when I'm picking up things, and it all comes from spirit. But with her, everything that I always tell her, I will spell things out for her, and it always manifests exactly how I said it. And I told her that she had this job because she asked me, and she was like, "Dude, should I take it?" I was like, "Yes." I was like, "You already have the job," and she had to go to Indianapolis yesterday. I was like, "You got the job. It's just a formality." And like she said, she got it immediately.
Happy for her.
She deserves it. She's
so
good people. She's good people.
And again, she's another light worker who is making an example, trailblazing, clearing a path. The angels are all around her.
She gets more things than she realizes, and then afterwards, when somebody gives her confirmation of things she already knows, then she's like, "Oh yeah, I already got that." Well, of course, we all get answers. We truly do get answers. So if anybody else on Facebook wants to call, it's right on the heading. Call us, get a message. So we would love to hear from you. We still got 15 minutes, and I want to do at least 3 more calls.
Yes, you are loved and remembered. So the number here to call live in, 10 minutes left. Oh
Daniel,
my goodness, 10 minutes. So we're going to have to give short ones if we want 3 more.
Yeah. Just call in.
260-422-3902. And back to what I was saying about the weekly show, TV Angels Talk. I'm so excited. It's coming up. Yeah, so we're going to have a lot of outreach information on there for people to tap into and do some of the self-help that it it takes
Right.
to pay attention to.
Absolutely.
You know,
Good.
to
Good,
get
good.
from A to B or Z or whatever you want to
Yeah,
go.
and then you said that you and me are going to be doing a 3-part thing.
Yeah,
and
have you thought about that
You know,
lately?
I actually have, because I could do different things. Do one on meditation. Do one on manifestation. Do one on something else. I'm very
Yeah.
good at that, at teaching, and that's my purpose. And so, yes, we could do a 3-part and be completely different, but everything tied into one.
Well, I see whatever we're doing together working in the highest and greatest good to serve the entire planet. And I also see, I can't say it, no. Spirit just said, don't say it.
Well, the
But
thing about
anyway,
it, not
it's
to
good.
interrupt you, but we're here to help other people.
Yeah.
We are here to help you, to plant those seeds for you to be able to help yourself. We do not get paid for this. We do this out of love of our heart to be able to help the people out there. And that's why I do this every month. And that's why she's been doing this show for years, is because as we help other people, we help ourselves. I mean, that's the divine beauty of working with the light. When you do something without any concern about yourself, and you do something out of love, it always comes back to you, and we are blessed because of that.
Yeah, and that's when something comes back to you, in this reference, when, like you said, and it comes right to you, because you do have to have action and wings on your feet. You have to take some responsibility in that. But when something comes back to you, it's from that. Mm-hmm. From that.
Oh, yeah. You attract what you send out.
Yeah.
You send out, and I say this all the time, when you send out love and light, you receive love and light.
Mm-hmm.
In the world of chaos and animosity and stuff like that, if that is what you tap into, that's what's going to be around you. If you want heaven on earth, and if you want peace in your soul, then go into yourself and find the peace in your soul, because you can be in that center place,
Co-create it.
and the chaos from the outside can come in.
Yeah.
If it takes you off the center, then you wasn't in
Yeah.
peace in anyway. Find your peace in this world. It's very difficult to interact and react to the things that are going around. Find that peace. Find that centerness in yourself. And I'm telling you, it will change everything. You have to start with one. You have to start with the I am presence. I am God. I am love. I am light. And when you believe that, everything manifests through you of love and light. Even the chaos in your family and friends will fade away because you will not accept that the way you used to.
Yes. Hey, I want to just reference to something that you talked about on Thursday night. You did a talk at the Metaphysical Chapel, and you were talking about cells.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
Well, as you were talking about that, I was thinking about how all this unraveled for Angels at God Central Station. I brought something with me today, and if we can get a shot of this down here, I brought it on live on the set because I wanted you to see this. Rusty, check this out. And I want to show everyone up here. This is something that happened.
Mm-hmm.
What does that look like to you?
Cells.
When I first started Calling All Angels, I was doing this because I loved it and I wanted to share my process and vulnerability, okay? So the first show unfolded, and I just had this, and this is the actual original paper for Angels at God Central Station. I would go and I make these circles and put on there like Marlo Thomas and the Mankind Projects and all these different things. But that's then where angels talk, so relationships came up. And this is really the only divine plan that happened when
See how everything tethers out.
Yeah, so what you were talking about on Thursday at the chapel, this completely identified it. I'm like, wow. And now you're teaching your life. You said too, we teach the way we live.
Yes.
And this was how I was living.
Yeah, from our perspective, and we teach from the experiences that we have.
Yes,
That's
from
how
our
we
life.
teach things. I mean, I can't talk. I could talk about you and your experiences, but when we talk about our own life and our own experiences, then we can tell people, I can empathize with you. I have been through this same situation, and this is how I dealt with it, and this is how I worked it out. And maybe this will help for you. You will do what you are meant to do, but planting those seeds for them to have better tools to be able to work stuff out themselves.
Yes. And talking about the tools, another thing that we're going to cover in the first 8 episodes of TV Angels Talk is trauma. We're going to talk with everyone out there because we've all had our own kind of trauma.
Yes.
No matter what, whether, I'm not going to even label them right now, but if you all out there think about this, we've all had some kind of trauma in our life. We're going to talk about addictions. We're going to talk about relationships, soul relationships. We're all one, right?
Yes.
We're all one.
Yes, we are.
And so that's going to be fun to identify and unfold and share all that information and become our own intuitive through it all, right?
Yes, absolutely.
You said we're all intuitive, right?
We are. We all have gifts and abilities. Now, I want to go to the cell thing. I want to explain to the audience what you're talking about.
How many minutes left? We have probably 5 minutes?
Yes, we have 10 minutes.
Good.
So, I was in meditation, and my higher self, I was interacting with my higher self. And you know how a cell, let's say a cell, is 90% space. It is 10% nucleus.
Yes.
Well, each cell is like a power plant. The nucleus spins around, it creates energy. Well, Spirit revealed to me is that the most important part of that cell is the space that's inside of it. The manifestation of the energy that is in there that manifests into the nucleus, that is the illusion of this world. You know, that is the false. That's false, you know, because we think when something manifests into form that it makes it more real. Actually, what they tell me is the space in between the cells, that is where the energy comes from. Now, you think about everything is cells, molecules, DNA. Even the air that's in front of us and everything like that is almost like cells. You know, they're little bubbles, and it has 10% nucleus, 90% space. That's all around us. It's what creates reality. We are created of cells. Well, if we're created of cells and there's only 10% of it that's mass, that's the nucleus, the rest of it is nothing but energy. It is actually blank space, which is not so blank. So if we're only 10% matter, that means the rest of us is nothing but light and energy. But yet, because of the nucleus and because of that, it creates what we are. You know, it creates the form that we see. We are so very powerful, and we have to understand that is in the space of everything, that's where the power lies. That's how Reiki masters are able to use the energies to heal. That's how we're able to heal. We can heal ourselves. We all have the gifts and abilities. Just like when you're a child and you fall down and scrape your knee, what's the first thing you do? You grab it and you put your hands on it. Well, that's a natural healing ability that we have. The minute we put our hands over it, it relieves that hurt. It relieves it. When you have a headache, what do? You naturally put your hand over your head and be like, I got a headache. And it starts to help. You have to understand it's the space between the matter is the power. That is the God energy that flows through everything. 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
That
the party's going to start. So I just want to update everyone too. What's coming up here? It's summertime. Everyone's enjoying their relaxation time. Next month you're going to be on, and we're going to be on in the third week of the month, which I think it's
my birthday week.
Yes, it's your birthday. Everybody, it's Rusty's birthday next month for the live Calling All Angels Hotline. And then August, your son gets married.
Yes, he does.
Oh my gosh.
Same day.
What a wild summer. Now, you're not coming on that day. I'm not allowing you to come on the show that day.
No, I'll be in the wedding party.
But we are going to have something extraordinary to help with the healing. Okay? And so, but you'll be back on in September again.
Yes.
And then in between, we're going to be putting together the TV Angels Talk, unfolding those. And those are going to start up after Labor Day in September, then October, then Angels galore in November and December. So that's going to be exciting, huh?
Yeah,
And I got to tell everybody before we leave, you know, Spirit revealed to me this week why Spirit sent Rusty through Angels at God Central Station.
What did they say?
Well, you know, I'm vulnerable and I put myself out here, but not only was I rusty in some aspects, but as the bearer of good tidings, you all were rusty out there too. So, guess what? We all got you, baby. We all got you.
Well, everybody that knows me is once you have a Rusty on your side, you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I tell people all the time, and it took me a little while to get used to this.
Yes.
When people's life are in turmoil and when things have when shit has hit the fan, basically,
Yes.
they always call me. And then when their life is doing good, I don't hear anything from them. And it used to hurt my feelings. And I'd be like, why is it like this? And you know, it really is an honor that when somebody's life really is in a vulnerable state and when they're at the lowest of the low, that they know that they can call me and I will help them in some way.
I
And
call
so
you
that's a
spiritually.
blessing.
But we have to say goodbye now because how many more seconds? Like 15 seconds. So guess what? It's thank you again for taking your time to stop, look, and listen in our divine appointment here today. I'm Sandra, here with the one, the only one, Rusty Piazza, the Star Soul. And we're both here to say what?
Divine love.
And holy kisses! I love you. Thank you so much. Thank you for being present for all of us in the world.
I appreciate
I
that.
see
Thank you.
Donald Trump calling us.
It's what I say. It's what I